The Google Pixel Fold is very late to the foldable phone party, but I'm not complaining because there's finally some real competition for Samsung in the battle for best foldable phone. And Google seems to be aiming right for the perceived weaknesses of the Galaxy Fold series with its debut device. Hate the thickness of the Galaxy Z Fold 4? The Pixel Fold is the thinnest foldable yet. Wish the front display wasn't so squished? The Pixel Fold's cover display has a wider aspect ratio. Google even claims that its hinge is the most durable out there based on its own drop tests. Do not drop yours. Alas, the Pixel Fold does not beat Samsung on price. The Pixel Fold starts at $1,799, which is exactly what the Galaxy Z Fold 4 costs, and what the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is expected to cost when it arrives later this year. Also, the bezels on this foldable are pretty thick, and the crease is pretty visible. I had a chance to go hands-on with the Pixel Fold, and these are my impressions so far.
The first thing you notice about the Pixel Fold is that the 5.8-inch cover display is wide enough that you don't feel squished when trying to type. This is a welcome change compared to the taller but narrower 6.2-inch front screen on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. During my hands-on time, I had no problem typing out a quick message, which is good because you don't need to use the main screen to get stuff done. Open the Pixel Fold up and you'll be impressed with just how thin this thing is. It measures just 0.2 inches thick, which is the thinnest of any foldable. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 is 0.25 inches. It may not seem like much, but I could see myself using the Pixel Fold more to read for longer stretches because of this advantage. It's not all good news though. The Pixel Fold weighs 10 ounces, compared to 9.28 ounces for the Z Fold 4. And the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is tipped to be even lighter. We're also not fans of the fairly large bezels around the Pixel Fold's display.
The Pixel Fold's dual displays both offer up to 120 Hz refresh rates and look fairly bright. The 5.8-inch OLED cover display has a resolution of 2092 x 1080 pixels and is rated up to 1550 nits of peak brightness and 1200 nits with HDR content. The inner 7.6-inch display has a resolution of 2208 x 1840 pixels and isn't quite as beaming with 1450 nits of peak brightness and 1000 nits with HDR. The good news is that the Guardians the Galaxy Vol 3 trailer looked immersive on the 7.6-inch display, but the crease was noticeable at certain angles, especially since we were outdoors during the hands-on session. The Pixel Fold's front is protected with Gorilla Glass Victus, while the inside panel uses ultra-thin glass with a protective plastic layer.
The Pixel Fold packs a trio of rear cameras. There's a 48MP main sensor, a 10, 8MP ultra-wide camera, and a 10, 8MP telephoto camera with a 5x optical zoom and 20x super res zoom, digital. The cover display houses a 9, 5MP front camera for selfies, and there's also an 8MP inner camera for selfies and video calls. If you're not satisfied with those options, you can leverage the rear camera selfie mode and use the main 48MP sensor to snap shots by flipping the cover display out. I was impressed with the camera quality during my brief hands-on time, with a sharp-looking portrait of my colleague Kate. Plus, with a 5x optical zoom, you could make out fine detail in her hair when we zoomed in.
The Pixel Fold is powered by Google's Tensor G2 chip and 12 GB of RAM, so you should have plenty of oomph for multitasking. There's also 256 GB of storage, although you can spring for the 512 GB version. During my hands-on time, the performance seemed fairly smooth, but I experienced a couple of bugs. For example, sometimes an app wouldn't orient properly when going from tablet mode to tent mode, but hopefully Google can work out the kinks. The Pixel Fold packs a 4727 mAh battery. The good news is that this is bigger than the 4400 mAh battery in the Galaxy Z Fold 4. However, Google doesn't have the best reputation for battery life, so we'll see if it can somehow land on our best phone battery life list. The Pixel Fold supports 30W wired charging, which is the same as the Pixel 7 series. The device also supports Qi wireless charging.